harness. So you hit 1, 2, 3. Give it a couple seconds and she'll fire up. Alright guys, so we're ready to install the wire harness. I usually start underneath the steering column. It's just easy to do the quick connections and then run the other end of the harness over to the home run. So what we need under the steering column is this big white one right here with a bunch of small wires in it. I typically have to use a screwdriver, like a flathead, to depress that tab, pull it down, and it will release it. You'll notice on our T-harness that has the big fat connectors, you'll have one that plugs right back in to where you unplug the factory connector from, and then we also have a mating connector. You just attach these two together. There's lots of room up in here, so once you get ready you can zip tie this stuff to this factory loom that heads down towards the firewall, and then break it off to the left hand side, which is going to be our home run. The black wire that has the little ring terminal on it, just run it back and around, and we're going to ground it right here. Alright, so on the secondary harness you're going to notice there is a BCM connector that has some decently sized wires in it. You're going to have the OBD2 connector, and then you have a long pigtail with a 12-pin connector on it that's got a male and female. This one's actually going to go over behind the glove box. This is the same for the Sequoias. And then the last thing that you'll notice on the secondary harness is a couple wires that are taped up here. We have an orange, a white black, and a light blue. On the Tundra, the 2010 to 2017 G-Key Tundras, we're going to use the white with a black stripe. The others are not going to be used. So we're over here on the left side of the steering wheel now at the BCM. So the bottom one is this little guy right here. It has a couple wires in it, and the top one, obviously that one matches our T-harness. So same thing as we did up there on the ignition. We're going to go ahead and plug our factory style connector into the BCM, and then you're going to take the OEM connector, plug it into ours, make sure everything is secure, and then this will actually just get zip tied over here so it's not flopping around. On that bottom harness, that's where we attach our white black wire that we just pulled out of the bundle. Alright, so moving on to the OBD2 connector, it is, so here's our home run down underneath the airbag, and it's right here. So if you can look, there's a tab on each side that you need to push in, and then this will pop right out from the back side. Alright, so I got the OEM connector unplugged. and I plugged it into our T-harness, and then I got our white one hooked right back into the OEM location. It's just like factory. And now you can see this is kind of hanging down by the emergency brake. So pull it up like so, and then put a zip tie around it, either around there or around this wire loom right here. So the last connector that we need to do on the secondary harness is gonna be this little guy right here, and it goes over behind the glove box. I'm gonna save you a whole shit ton of time because the TPMS connector that we need is behind the glove box, and it's not really too much of a pain in the ass to pull it out, but it'll probably take you a good 20-30 minutes to pull it out and put it back in. So the easiest way to do this is down here you have the glove box, then you have an airbag, and you can see like some outer trim on it, and then underneath it you have on that outer trim is this plastic. So right behind that you can see where these little indentations are. Those are actually tabs that hold this plastic panel on. So if you take a screwdriver on the furthest most part towards you and then push it towards the firewall, you can pull this down. Let me see if I can use my thumb. There we go. We can pull it down like so, and then you'll be able to see like these tabs right here. Once you have this lower plastic loose, move it out of the way. You don't have to pull the glove box out necessarily unless you absolutely want to. You're gonna have to pull the airbag loose, which is 3 of these silver 10mm bolts. You'll have to pull that Phillips out, and then there's 3 more up in here. 1, 2, and another one over on the right side if you can see that. And then you'll have to pull this plastic out as well. So what we need to do is get to a connector that is up under. So here we go. We're going up under the dash here. It's this gray box right here. So you'll see the airbag wire loom. Just go, if you fold this deal up, it'll touch that box. So this is the connector that we want. This is gonna save you guys a shit ton of time, and you're not gonna have to pull that whole freaking airbag and glove box out. So our harness will come right on over here. It's definitely long enough. All right, so as you can see, I got it pulled over to the passenger side, and we're gonna take it up here and plug it in. All right guys, so we are on the final step, which is programming the module. So go ahead and plug everything into the module except the big one here. The blue one that's next to the white one would be for our phone module if you wanted to control your truck from our app or GPS located as well. So you could use the phone app. You can start it, stop it, lock it, unlock it, GPS locate it. So it'll also give you feedback and let you know if your doors are locked or unlocked, and along with battery voltage and GPS location. So you're gonna hold that programming button, and you're gonna insert this large white connector into the front here, and the lights are gonna cycle between colors here. I don't know if you can see that. There we go. We're gonna release it when the 2 outside lights are on, red and blue. So as you can see, we got blue, red, amber, red, blue, release. If you don't hit the red and blue lights together, go ahead and unplug the large connector here and redo that step. Push the button, plug it in, and make sure you get the red and blue solid. So when you got this, let go of the button obviously, and we're gonna hit the button 2 times. 1, 2. And now we're gonna put the G key into the ignition. A little tidbit here, you guys wanna make sure you use the master key, which is the black one. If you try to use the gray key for programming, it's not gonna work. So we're gonna put the key in the ignition, turn it on. Do not start the truck, you're just gonna turn the ignition on. You're gonna wait for the red and blue lights to start blinking. And then after they're done blinking, you're waiting for the blue light to blink on its own. And that means everything's programmed like so. And then you're done. Just let it blink for about 5 seconds, turn the key off, and now you can push the lock button 3 times and it'll start. So let me move this plastic stuff out of the way, and I'll get out of the truck and give you guys a demo. So you hit 1, 2, 3. Give it a couple seconds and she'll fire up. There she is. When you get out to the truck, go ahead and hit the unlock button. You can open the door. Obviously it will not turn off. You jump in. Not to drive it, you just put the key in the ignition, turn it forward for 2 clicks, so 1, 2, and then when you push, let me see if I can get that. When you push the brake, you can pull it out of park, put it in drive, and you can see that we're in neutral there. There's drive, there's reverse, and there's our camera. And you're good to go. You just drive off. Thanks for watching, guys. If you guys have any questions regarding this remote start phone module or general inquiries, or you want to see a video on another vehicle, just holler at us. We'll be happy to help you out.